It's late October, and as the days shorten and a distinct chill sharpens the air, it's tempting to think the gardening year is drawing to a close. Many of us feel the urge to tidy up, lock the shed, and retreat indoors until the first signs of spring. But what if I told you that right now is one of the most pivotal moments in the entire gardening calendar? The growing season's not over yet. In fact, the work we do now in these golden autumn months is what separates a good garden from a truly great one. This isn't about shutting down. It's about a strategic transition. It's about protecting the incredible life within our soil, extending our harvests well into the colder months, and giving ourselves a remarkable head start for a stronger, more resilient, and more bountiful spring. So, before you hang up your trowel for the year, join me. Let's prep smarter, not harder, and set the stage for your best garden yet. Our first and most crucial task is to protect our most valuable asset, the soil. Bare soil is wasted soil. When left exposed to winter's wind and rain, it can lead to erosion, nutrient loss, and compaction. The solution is simple and elegant: cover crops, often called green manure. Think of it as a living blanket for your garden beds. Overseeding with options like crimson clover, winter rye, or even fast-growing mustard greens before the first hard frost is a game changer. These plants do several jobs at once. Their roots hold the soil structure together, preventing it from washing away. They suppress winter weeds, saving you a huge amount of work in the spring. And most importantly, when you chop them down next season, they decompose and feed the soil with a wealth of organic matter and nutrients. For timing, aim to sow at least 4 to 6 weeks before your ground is expected to freeze solid. This gives the seeds enough time to germinate and establish a protective canopy. Simply rake the soil surface to create a fine tilth, broadcast the seeds evenly. A good rule of thumb is about 1 to 2 seeds per square inch, and gently rake them in. A light watering will get them on their way. While we're protecting our soil, why not enjoy a few more harvests? This is where cold hardy greens come into their own, and my absolute favourite is mâche, also known as lamb's lettuce. This unassuming French green is a true winter champion. It not only tolerates the cold, it positively thrives in it, often continuing to grow slowly, even when other plants have completely shut down. Its flavour is wonderfully soft, nutty and mild, making it a luxurious addition to winter salads. What makes mâche so special is its incredible frost tolerance. A light frost actually improves its flavour, making it sweeter. Sowing is straightforward. Because the seeds are small, they only need to be planted about a 1/4 inch deep. You can sow them in rows about 4 to 6 inches apart, or simply broadcast them in a dedicated patch or even in containers. Keep the soil moist for germination, and you'll soon see a carpet of small rounded leaves. To harvest, you can either snip individual leaves as you need them, or wait until the plants form small rosettes and cut the entire head at the soil line. It's a must-try fall crop that will reward you with fresh greens when you least expect it. To really supercharge your soil for next season, let's talk about nitrogen fixers. While all cover crops are beneficial, some have a superpower. They can pull nitrogen, a vital plant nutrient, directly from the air and store it in their roots. Winterfield peas and vetch are fantastic for this. Plant winter peas alongside your greens and they'll work in partnership. The peas enrich the soil, providing a nutrient boost for the hungry greens you'll plant there next spring. For best results, you can treat the pea seeds with an inoculant before planting. This is a powder containing beneficial bacteria that help the plants fix nitrogen more efficiently. It's an easy step that dramatically increases their effectiveness. You can let the peas sprawl across the ground as a dense weed-suppressing mat, or provide them with a small, simple trellis to climb. In spring, about a month before you want to plant your main crops, you simply chop the peas down and leave the foliage on the surface as mulch. The nitrogen-rich roots are left in the ground to decompose, releasing their stored goodness for your tomatoes, corn, and squash. One of the biggest challenges for autumn and winter crops isn't just the cold, but the wind. Cold, dry winds can desiccate plants, damage their leaves, and wick precious moisture from the soil. But you don't need an expensive, permanent structure to solve this. You can build quick, effective windbreak panels for cheap protection that lasts all season. The goal isn't to stop the wind completely, but to filter and slow it down. Materials like horticultural fleece, burlap, or even sturdy mesh fabric stretched across a simple wooden frame work perfectly. Identify the direction of your prevailing winter winds, usually from the north or east, and place your panels on that side of your beds. It's crucial to anchor them securely. Drive wooden stakes deep into the ground and fasten your panels firmly to them. A well-placed windbreak creates a calm microclimate, reducing wind speed by up to 70% and raising the ambient temperature by a few degrees. This small difference can be all that your mâche or winter peas need to not just survive, but thrive. With our crops protected from the wind, let's turn our attention to moisture. Winter gardening is a delicate balancing act. While rainfall might be plentiful, the cold can lock that moisture away. This is where mulch becomes your best friend. Applying a thick 4 to 6 inch layer of organic mulch like straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips does wonders. It insulates the soil, keeping it warmer for longer and preventing the damaging cycle of freezing and thawing known as frost heave, which can literally push plants out of the ground. Mulch also acts like a sponge, absorbing rainfall and releasing it slowly, preventing waterlogged soil. And of course, it suppresses weeds and slowly breaks down to feed the soil. Watering in winter is different. You'll water far less frequently, but it's still important. On milder, sunny days, check the soil beneath the mulch. If it's dry, give your plants a deep drink at the base, avoiding the leaves. This is best done in the morning, so the plants have time to absorb the water before temperatures drop at night. Proper moisture management is key to keeping your winter garden's root systems healthy and resilient. Autumn is the perfect time to double down on building long-term soil fertility. All those fallen leaves? That's not garden waste, that's gardener's gold. Rake them up and create a simple pile in a corner of your garden. Over the next year, they will decompose into leaf mold, a phenomenal soil conditioner that improves structure and water retention. Your compost bin is also hungry for autumn's bounty. As you clear away spent summer annuals and non-diseased vegetable plants, add them to your compost. Balance these greens with plenty of browns like fallen leaves, cardboard, and straw to create a healthy, balanced pile that will break down over winter, giving you rich, dark compost ready for spring. Another brilliant low-effort technique is chop and drop. For any healthy, non-woody plants at the end of their life, simply chop them up and drop them right where they are on the soil surface. They act as a natural mulch, protecting the soil and slowly releasing their nutrients back into the earth exactly where they're needed. Every leaf, every stem is an opportunity to build a healthier, more vibrant soil ecosystem. A successful garden isn't just about plants and soil, it's also about good housekeeping and preparation. Taking an hour or two now to care for your tools and beds will save you stress and time in the spring rush. Start with your tools. Scrape off any caked-on mud from spades, forks and trowels. Use a wire brush to remove any rust, then wipe the metal parts with an oily rag to prevent corrosion over the damp winter months. For your cutting tools, like secateurs and shears, take the time to clean and sharpen the blades. A sharp tool is safer and more effective, making clean cuts that help plants heal faster. Next, turn to your garden infrastructure. Drain and roll up any hoses and irrigation lines to prevent them from cracking in the frost. Finally, and this is a tip you'll thank yourself for in April, label your beds. As you plant your garlic, overwintering onions or cover crops, place a clear, sturdy label. It seems obvious now, but after a long winter, it's surprisingly easy to forget what you planted where. This simple act of organisation is the final piece of the puzzle for a seamless transition into the new growing year. If you want to take your winter gardening to the next level, you can easily extend your season with some simple protective structures. These don't have to be expensive or complicated. One of the easiest methods is using low tunnels. You can create these by bending PVC pipes or flexible rods into hoops over your garden bed and covering them with a protective material. For the covering, you have a few options. A simple, clear plastic sheet will create a greenhouse effect, significantly raising the temperature on sunny days, but you'll need to vent it to prevent overheating. A more versatile option is horticultural fleece or row cover. This fabric comes in different weights. A lightweight cover is great for pest protection and a few degrees of frost protection, while a heavyweight frost cloth can protect plants down to much colder temperatures. The fabric is breathable, so it doesn't need as much venting, and it provides excellent wind protection. Simply drape the cover over your hoops and secure the edges with bricks or soil. This simple structure can mean the difference between losing your crops to a hard freeze and harvesting fresh salads in the heart of winter. So there you have it. With these simple, thoughtful steps, your garden doesn't shut down for winter, it transforms. It becomes a dynamic, living space that is actively preparing for the abundance of spring. By embracing this season of transition, you're doing so much more than just tidying up. You are building a foundation of health, resilience, and fertility that will pay you back tenfold in the seasons to come. So protect your soil with a living blanket of cover crops. Plant those incredible cold-hardy crops that defy the frost. And put those simple protective measures in place to give your garden the shelter it needs. By setting up for spring growth before winter even truly starts, you are partnering with nature, ensuring that when the warmth and light return, your garden is not just ready, but poised to leap into vibrant, productive life. Happy autumn gardening.